Alright, my friend Kevin wants some random tier lists, so we're going to start with the original 151 Pokemon, because I am a Gen 1er through and through, and you're going to hear my crappy opinions on each one. So Kevin, this is for you, because you're a dick. Have some light classical playing in the back while we do. So 1 to 151, Bulbasaur first. Bulbasaur is A, because Bulbasaur is OG, my very original starter. Bulbasaur is cute. Bulbasaur is cool. Ivysaur, though, is S, because Ivysaur is the cooler Bulbasaur. He's got attitude, he's got his little flower, and he still moves. Venusaur, though, is trash. Because Venusaur is ugly. You went from these two almost perfect specimens to this horrifying toad frog. Charmander, also A, because he's cool. He's not as cool as Bulbasaur, but he's still cool. And he's still a good design right there. Charmeleon is down here with Venusaur. He's just horrible. Little attitude, teenager, dickhead. Charizard, we'll give a B, because while he's cool, he's still a dick. He's still what he is. He doesn't look as good as Charmander. And sure, he may have been like an anime favorite, but he's overrated, basically. Squirtle, S. Squirtle is OG. Squirtle is my second starter, but my favorite starter at this point. Wartortle can go down to A, because Wartortle, while he is cool, he leaves a little bit of Squirtle's charm. Like Wartortle with sunglasses isn't as cool as Squirtle with sunglasses. That's Squirtle Squad, not Wartortle Squad. So, you know. Blastoise, also B, because he's alright. He's a big boy. He's a big turtle, which is cool and all, but he's a big turtle with cannons sticking out of his shell. I feel like they could have went and did something more with Wartortle and the Blastoise. They could have been a little bit better. Caterpie. What is Caterpie? Besides Caterpillar, obviously. He's a cute little caterpillar, but he can be a B because he's cute, but he's also creepy looking. Like all caterpillars. Metapod, besides for the memes, Harden when Ash is fighting the samurai guy, it's just a C because it's just a Metapod. Nobody cares. Butterfree. Butterfree's cool. Butterfree was one of my favorites back in the day, but he's lost some of his luster since then. We'll leave him in B2. Weedle I like more than Caterpie. Maybe more than Blastoise. Weedle can be there. Weedle's a good B. Kakuna also a B because he just looks cooler than Metapod, and he's he looks more badass. Weedle just has a cool. Kakuna just has a cool design. Beedrill was overrated, never hyped, but he still looks cool. He looks like something you'd see almost at Transformers. Like he's just a badass bee with 3 stingers that'll fucking murder you. Pidgey, well, just a bird, is one of my favorites to use just because he's OG a bird. He's just cool. But he can be a D because that's all he is. He's just a bird. Pidgeotto and Pidgeot, we're going to say the same thing. They can go up to C just because they're a little bit cooler than Pidgey. They have a little bit more design flair, but they're not great. Rattata is a C. Because while Rattata is cute, it's just a rat with big teeth, which, rats have, but big, oversized teeth. Raticate is going to go down to a D because he's still a rat, but he's an ugly rat instead of a cute rat. Spearow, F, because it's a dickhead bird. Nobody cares. Everybody hates him. Same thing with Fearow. Dickheads. Ekans is cool, but Ekans is a low B, high C. Because he's just a snake. But he's a cool snake, and he featured in Team Rocket for a long time, just like Arbok. I think Ekans gets a little cooler when he evolves into Arbok, so we'll make Arbok. Arbok's probably around here. Pikachu, the non-Pokemon fans' favorite Pokemon, the one that everybody knows. Even though Pikachu was dick as well through most things. Pikachu for me, though, it's like a B. But sure, he's fun, he's nice, but he's Pikachu. Whatever Raichu Pikachu turns into and loses 90% of its charm, it's gonna be a low C. Because he's just not as cute. He's just not as cool. Sandshrew I like as a nice design. He looks cool. He looks neat. He's just a shrew. Be a high B. He's gonna go above Pikachu as soon as they'll let me move him. Sandslash A, easy. He's cool. He pops up. He's like rah. Now, not to sound sexist, but the male line of Nidorans is 100 times better, but they're still not bad. Nidorina can have a C. This one rather. Nidoran female can have a C. Nidorina, I'm not a fan of the look. It's an F for me. It doesn't look cool, it doesn't look dangerous, it just looks like a Pokemon. Nidoqueen gets better than Nidorina, but not by a lot. It's just it's a non-threatening T-Rex. I don't know how else to describe it. That's a terrible explanation, but it is what it is. Nidoran male also kind of boring, but better than the female version. He can be a C. Nidorina looks cooler, like a rabbit combined with what are they called? Rhinoceros. He can be up here. And Nidoking is badass. Nidoking is great. With his horn and his big claws and poison typing and all that. He's not that big either. He's just very aggressive and small. Nidoking is cool. Clefairy, Fairy. Only for the N64 games in Pokemon Stadium. Fairy can be a B. Clefable though, a little creepy. Not as cute as Clefairy. Clefable drops all the way down here to me. It's weird. Vulpix, S, Ninetales, S, 2 of my favorite Pokemon. I just love them. No particular reason. They just are what they are. Ninetales is one of my favorites. As well as Vulpix. I think I like Vulpix better than Ninetales just because it's cuter, but Jigglypuff, again, for the cartoon, for being cool, just to be. Wigglytuff, same deal as Clefable. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's just bigger and creepier and a little weird. Zubat. Hate Zubat. Hate Golbat. Stupid designs. Terrible Pokemon. Not fun. Oddish. Oddish is kind of cute. Oddish is okay. But then we get to Gloom, and it's just like you got a stoned Gloom. It's awful. It's awful. Vileplume isn't as awful, but it's still a downgrade from Oddish. So good to hear. Paris. Paris is okay. Paris can be a high B. Parasect, though, isn't a complete failure. He's not as bad as these guys, but he's somewhere in this neighborhood. Parasect's, yeah, like right there. He's not cool. He's a little weird. Venonat, not a fan. Not very cool. Not very original in my opinion, but he goes there. Venomoth, same deal. He's a little bit better than Venonat just because he has a little more personality. Like if his eyes and that kind of stuff, he looks like he might like fuck you up a little bit. Venonat just looks like in the name as well, like he'd just be annoying. Diglett is an A because he's Diglett. And Diglett was always cool and interesting. No, you know, Diglett's a B. Diglett goes below Sandshrew. Dugtrio, though, just 3 Diglets together, goes down to the D section because he's just 3 Diglets together. He's not that important. He's not that special. Meowth, if only for the anime, in my opinions, can be an A. Persian, on the other hand, doesn't look as cool, doesn't look as interesting. More like a cat than he should be. Just an animal Pokemon. He goes down with the birds and Raichu. Psyduck is cool. Psyduck is a low B because he's interesting with his headaches all the time and he's psychic type, but he'll fuck you up. But he's also stupid. Golduck looks cooler, but he loses the charm and personality, so he can go down to C tier. Mankey's B tier as well because Mankey is just a monkey with a pig, and he's a fighting monkey with a pig. It's a cool concept. I don't like the design. He's not colorful. He's just blah. Same thing with Primeape. He doesn't look as good as Mankey. He loses some of the charm. He can go down here. Growlithe, S tier, easy. Growlithe is cool. It's probably maybe the best dog Pokemon. I don't know. That could be close, but Arcanine also cool, but same deal with that. Most evolutions to me, they lose some of the charm and some of the coolness. Like Arcanine's badass. Don't get me wrong, but compared to my other S guys, I don't like him as much. Poliwag, cute, fun, cool, like him. Poliwhirl, same deal. Not quite as much, but Poliwrath though. Poliwrath when he turns into a jock and turns into a dick, and I don't like him anymore. You go right there. No, you go right in between. Yes. Abra. Abra's cool, but he's not that cool. He just, he's an annoying bastard that you can't catch teleports away all the time. Kadabra is cool as well. I got banned in the anime, so he goes up a little bit. Oh, that was Porygon. I'm sorry, I'm just confused. Kadabra is like Abra, but the better version of Abra, so he goes up a little bit higher. Alakazam, in my opinion, doesn't look anywhere near as cool as Kadabra, but he's still a good Pokemon, so he can be a C. Machop, not a big fan, but he's still okay. Machoke, same deal. I like him better than Machop, but not that much. He's just a weird guy. Machamp, same thing. Goro from Mortal Kombat. Honestly, I like Machoke's design better than Machamp's design. Bellsprout, fuck Bellsprout, terrible. Weepinbell, terrible. Victor Bell is a little bit cool though, so we'll move him up some. Tentacool is okay as well, but not that great. He's a little weird looking. Tentacruel, on the other hand, gets cool. Unlike Tentacool, who's not cool. Tentacruel will go up here. Tentacruel's a badass. He's not quite S tier for me, but he's still badass. Geodude, F, just a rock with arms. Don't care. Graveler, same thing, just a bigger rock with arms. Golem got a little cool looking because he actually has a face sticking out. And he looks like a little bit of a dinosaur, so I'll make him a C. Ponyta, S tier. Ponyta's great. Rapidash, also S tier. Pretty fucking great. Slowpoke, D because he's boring. Some people like him, I don't. He's just bad design, bad look, bad everything. Slowbo even fucking worse than Slowpoke. Slowbro goes down here. Magnemite can be a B because Magnemite's cool. Magnemite has personality like in the show and like how he looks and that kind of stuff. Magneton though is just 3 Magnemites and it's a little more boring. He can go down here with the other losers. Farfetch'd was an interesting concept, but he's an F because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't evolve. He doesn't evolve in the original 151, which is what I'm counting. So Doduo was okay. Doduo can go right there. Dodrio is a little bit cooler than Doduo. Just evolves and gets a 3rd head for some reason. Seal, derpy, dumb. Dugong though, the majestic version of Seal, when he evolves, is a little bit better. So Dugong can be a B. Grimer, as stupid as Grimer is, I love him. But then Muck, the bigger, uglier pile of trash. With less personality and less charm for some reason. He goes down to D. Shelter's cool. Shelter gets an A. Because he's a little stupid. He's a little underdesigned, but I like the design. I like him. He's cute. He's adorable. If I could have a Shelter, I'd like a Shelter. Cloyster, the aggressive, slightly perverted version of Shelter, if you want to go that way. He's alright. He's also an A, but not quite as much of an A as Shelter. Ghastly, just a ball of angry gas as a ghost. He can be a C, because he's interesting, but he's A. Haunter, I enjoy. Haunter is an A. Because of all the Ghost Pokemon, the original at least, Haunter's the best for me. Gengar, same thing as Ghastly. He's not quite... Gengar's like a B, I guess, yeah. Gengar isn't quite as cool as Haunter, but he's cooler than Ghastly, but he's still like... You went from Ghastly to Haunter to that thing. It's like, no, why would you? Onyx. Onyx can be a solid B. Onyx is a good rock type. He's a good strong boy. Even though, anime gives him, plot armor, or gives Pikachu plot armor against him because, let's turn up some sprinklers and kill it. No, fuck you. Drowsy, F. Drowsy's just a weird, hippie fat guy. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Hypno, also weird and creepy. Don't like. Krabby, S tier, probably the best Pokemon ever. Kingler is okay, but not as good as Krabby, or any of the above. Voltorb, just a circle. Pokeball form. Low C, because he's still, he's angry. Electrode, not as cool as Voltorb. Low D. Execute, a bunch of eggs, assuming 5 alive ones and 1 dead one in the background because he's been cracked open. He's a D as well, because he's just a bunch of eggs. Executor is a little cooler. He can be a B, because even though he looks dumb, he comes from, some seeds. So. Cubone is an easy A, because Cubone is pretty cool and, his tragic backstory. Marowak is also cool, but doesn't look as good or as interesting as Cubone in my opinion. So Marowak can go down there between Shelter and Cloister. Hitmonlee, creepy looking. He's alright. Just kicking. Kicking looks like he'd belong in something like Power Rangers. Hitmonchan, same deal. He's just a dude with boxing gloves. He's okay, but he's not. Like, conceptually, I think he'd be interesting. Like Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, all that kind of stuff. He would be an interesting Pokemon if any of those moves were worth a damn. Licky Tongue, weird motherfucker. Don't like him. Coughing. Coughing and Wheezing will live together because they're about the same in my opinion. Coughing's a little bit better because he's a little more charm. They can both be C tier just for their appearances in the cartoon. Rhydon's, a rock rhinoceros, which, it's in the name. So, Rhydon and Rhyhorn. God, I've mixed them up. I don't know why. Whatever, you're a B because you're interesting. You can use a laptop at home and watch your trainer on TV. This boy isn't as cool, but he's still pretty cool. He can be a B. Chansey. Also an F, because Chansey is... It's interesting, it's a fuck ton of HP, but it's a Chansey. It lives in Pokemon Centers. Nobody really cares. Tangela or Tangela, however you want to say it. Just a ball of vines. Tangela can be down here with these brethren. Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan's interesting. It's almost like a Nidoqueen, rather. Just in design and looks, but I think it's a little bit better. Just for the baby, it can be a C. Horsey, just a seahorse. But bright blue and colorful, I like my bright colors. You can go up there, C. Seadra, it's a little bit better than Horsey, but not as cool as some other guys. Goldeen. What do we do with Goldeen? The fish with a horn. See, Goldeen's a cool fish. I would like a cool fish Goldeen pet. Goldeen can go up here. Seaking, though. Seaking that comes from Goldeen just looks dumb to me. It looks horrible. I don't like him. So, there. Staryu is cool. Staryu can be a high C. Starmie, cooler than Staryu. Starmie can go up to B. Mr. Mime, creepy as fuck F. Hate him. Child Me, loves Scyther. Child Me, or original Pokemon Me, would put Scyther up here. But Scyther can move down here now because he has an annoying voice. Scyther can go right there. Jinx, also F, down Mr. Mime. Terrible. Horrible Pokemon. Electabuzz is cool, but he doesn't do anything special at this point in time in Gen 1. So, he's cool, he looks interesting, but he's just kind of there. Magmar, Pinsir, and Tauros we can say the exact same thing about. They're all just kind of there in their forms. They look cool, there's not necessarily anything wrong with them. They just didn't evolve, they didn't do anything, they just chill. Magikarp's a B, because Magikarp's cool. Even though I know Splash, it's charming, it's interesting. Gyarados, Magikarp evolves into, he can be a B. Because I think he's overrated. Like, he's still interesting, he's still cool, he's a good Pokemon, but he's not one of my favorites. Lapras, though. Lapras is an easy A. Maybe S, low S, high A. One of those two. Because Lapras is just cool and endangered and all that. Ditto can be any Pokemon, can turn into anything, has sex with other Pokemon. Ditto's a high B. Eevee's an A just because Eevee's cute. Eevee's cool. Vaporeon, my second favorite evolution, is also going to be an A. Jolteon is my favorite of the evolutions at this point. But he's a high A, still not an S for me. Flareon is the boring evolution. And honestly, he's probably down here in C, because he's just not that great. He's just a red fire cat dog fox thing, whatever the fuck he is. Porygon is interesting because he got banned. He's cool. Porygon's an A. Ammonite is cute and adorable and extinct. Ammonite is an S. Star isn't really that cool to me. He's weird, he's creepy looking. I want to like him, but I just can't for some reason. Like, he fits with my vibe, underwater sea creature, evil, but I don't know. Kabuto, same deal. He's alright, but he's not great. Just a horseshoe crab. Kabutops, though. Kabutops is cool and badass. He can go up here with the A's. He's a cooler version of Scyther, like, if you just by design. Like, I love Kabutops' design. Just, he looks like he'd fuck you up. He's badass. Pterodactyl, extinct rock pterodactyl. He's interesting, but he's also a little derpy looking, depending on how you look at him. Snorlax, Sleepy Boy. Same deal, B. Just blocks your path like a Pokeflute. I don't really care. Articuno, the icy legendary bird. He's an A, because he's cool, but he's not that great. He's just a nice chicken. Zapdos, though. Zapdos wasn't my favorite. Articuno was my favorite original legendary bird. Zapdos' design, though, is cooler. He's an angry chicken. He's an electrocuted chicken. Moltres, though. Ugh. Moltres, I don't want to, I almost want to make Moltres F. I'm going to put him in low D. Because he's just a chicken that's on fire. Which is, you know, what happens. Dratini is an A, because Dratini is cute and cool, but Dratini turns into something better. Dratini turns into Dragonair, which is a majestic, beautiful Pokemon. Dragonair is an S, easy. But then Dragonair turns into this monstrosity. Dragonite, Dragonite's okay, but he's derpy looking, he's a good Pokemon, he's strong, but his design doesn't do it for me. You went from, you know, cute little Dratini to this perfect specimen Dragonair here to this, like, just now. Mewtwo, same deal. Child me, original me would have said S tier for Mewtwo, because Mewtwo is fucking cool. Adult me says A, because Mewtwo was still cool with his psychic powers, his redemption arc, and that kind of stuff. But he's just meh. Mew, an annoying little fucker in every, well, not in the game, because you can't really get him, kind of, but in the movie he's annoying. I'm sure he's the good guy, but he just meow all the time. Mew gets to be a B. So there, that's my list. Take it or leave it. My horrible opinions and takes. So, ta.